All right, well, I'm super excited. I know we're more than halfway through 2024, but there are some amazing alternative asset investments that are out there that I love talking about. I'm always looking at new assets. If you haven't checked out our podcast, our show, the Mailbox Money Show, it's on YouTube as well as on all the podcast channels. Check it out because we talk about all these different assets, right? We've had people come in and talk about coffee farm investing, we've talked about debt funds, we've talked about just many things you probably hadn't heard of. So check it out. In this video, we're gonna get a few of my favorite asset classes for 2024 and for mid-2024. So let's jump in, and I think you're gonna like it. All right, so my name is Bronson Hill. If you're new around here, I'm the CEO of Bronson Equity. We do multifamily apartments like this behind me. We're also doing oil and gas deals and other sorts of deals that involve businesses and other things. So love for you to connect with us. This is just my own opinions, or this is education. This is not considered investment advice. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is in 2024, mid-2024, real estate is coming back. It's like back to the future. We're going back to the future.
Back. I'm back from the future. Great Scott.
Last couple years, we haven't really done many real estate deals. We've done one development deal. We've really been waiting, and we're starting to get back into the multifamily space. We're getting into some other spaces. We're seeing it coming back. And there's a few things driving this. One is that, we've seen rates rise pretty significantly, and now we're seeing some pretty significant distress in the market. Warren Buffett says what? Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Well, right now, there's some fear in real estate. In the real estate space, hey, well, where's the deal? What's going on? Where are the deals here? But we're seeing, if you look hard enough, we have a partner we're working with and looking at over 200 deals. We'll find one. We'll find one in a particular market. I can't really talk about it here, but join our investment club so I can share that with you. And multifamily with the right debt can be amazing. If you have the wrong debt, it can be terrible, right? So that's the learning that I've had the last couple of years is getting into deals that have the right debt. The second thing I've mentioned in other videos is debt funds. Debt funds are amazing. What is a debt fund? Well, a debt fund is basically a fund that takes investors that loans money out to people doing real estate deals. Now, it could be flipper funds, it could be different things like this. And I'm not a big fan of being a flipper debt fund or doing other types of funds or mezzanine or second position debt, because if something doesn't work, you're at a higher risk position in that deal. But a first position or primarily first position fund really allows you to be in a safe position. So if you're at 50-60% loan to value, that means if somebody stopped paying the mortgage, you would be able to take over the property, and you only have 50-60% in the deal, which is amazing, right? So, and you're getting paid regularly. So I love debt funds. I have some other information about that. If you kind of get into my emails or website, you can kind of check that out as well. The second thing really is private equity. Now, this is something that you may have heard of, the idea of buying businesses. Now, you may not want to operate a business, but there's a lot of boomers, there are a lot of people that want to retire, there's a lot of people that develop a business, and they want to find out a way to sell it. And some of these businesses that we've looked at are e-commerce businesses, they sell products online. It could be local businesses, and they're selling sometimes for 3 to 5 times earnings, which is huge, right? So these are huge cash flow businesses that offer incredible opportunities for people. And there's ways to get into it as a passive investor. So we're creating opportunities. We've got a couple things right around the corner that we're creating in this space that we'd love for you to hear about as well. The third thing is precious metals, right? I'm a big precious metals guy. People say, well, that's not an investment. It doesn't produce cash flow. Well, it's true. But it really is. For 5,000 years, it's had a monetary history. It used to be you could take a $20 bill, you could go into a bank and slap it down, and they would give you an ounce of gold. That was up until the early 1900s. You could do that. And we've had many, many years we were actually on a gold standard, where there's a limited amount of gold. So gold costs money, silver costs money to get out of the ground. And it's used not only for monetary purposes, and especially around the world, it's used for different electrical components and different things, digital development things. There's a lot of silver that's needed for all the solar stuff and a lot of technologies around green technology. So we've seen a lot of moves in this in the last 6 months. We've seen gold and silver. Gold I think has come up about 20% in the last 6 to 8 months. It's been incredible, right? So watching that, so it's a hedge against inflation, and it's also a hedge against market volatility. Sometimes the stocks go down and gold and silver actually can go up. So it's nice to have things that are both they have a counter effect, or they're non-correlated, or maybe they're even reverse correlated, where something goes down and this goes up. That's a possibility. I'm a big fan of actually physical precious metals. The reason why is because you have something called counterparty risk. If you have an ETF that says, hey, I own gold in this particular fund, sometimes they'll have 1 ounce of gold or 1 ounce of silver, and they'll sell 20 shares. Well, if there's a run on that, who gets the gold or silver? Well, probably not you, right? So that's something that having physical metals, there's other videos I talk about how you can store that, and there's ways you can search online on how you can store that safely. And so really kind of this is what I would say is diversifying outside of traditional investments into alternative assets can offer protection and growth and really help you get on your path. I think we're at a really unique place right now that we're going to see over the next 3 to 5 years, just some incredible inflation in the cost of real estate and the cost of commodities such as precious metals and other things, and getting out of dollars that can just be created, just can be printed, which they're doing. You can get into real assets that really hold their value. So this is a great quote. It says, "The secret to investing is to figure out the value of something and then pay a lot less." Joel Greenblatt, right? Very simple, right? Just find something that's really valuable and just pay less, a lot less than what it is. And then you'll find there are in favor and out of favor assets, and you can kind of find something that makes sense for you. So I want you to check out this video. This is Bizarre Syndications. I thought it was really fun, people syndicating airplanes and yaks and all kinds of things. So check it out. It's kind of a fun, entertaining one. And if you haven't checked out my book, Fire Yourself, you can check it out behind me here. I talk about a lot of different assets in there. So if you're interested in hearing about some of kind of the almanac of what are the different things that are out there, you can check it out in that book. You can find it on Amazon at the link below. But thank you for taking the time to educate yourself. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.